Hey everybody, it is the middle-aged mammy. I'm back. So my lotion has dried in from my previous video, and as you can tell, my hair dried too. Here's the thing. It's curly. So if you do or don't like it, I'm going to apologize because it may or may never look like this again. But I am going to take a clip and just get it out of the way so I don't have to keep swishing it back. All right, when I finished my last video, I said I was going to do a quick little makeup with this Studio Makeup Easy to Wear eyeshadow palette that I got in my Boxycharm box. I love frosts, and they're both in here, mattes and frosts, but I'm going to do a matte look today, especially since I live in a small town, and for some reason, when I do my eyes, they can go from okay to va-va-boom really quickly. So I got to be careful with that. And I think the matte eyeshadows help me play it down a little. All right. Let's see. I'm going to start with this very basic brown. Oh, wait. First, I also want to try from my Boxycharm my Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer, which I've heard of. Heard quite a few things on Boxy about it, but I'm only going to put it on one eye to see if I can notice whether it actually makes a difference or not. It's nice and creamy. Although I'm wondering how it's going to affect the application and whether I'm able to move the color around, you know, when you get a bit where you don't want. All right, so again, that was Pretty Vulgar. I love funny play names. Eyeshadow primer. All right. Oh, look, we've already got an issue. I'm just using this basic brown, and I don't know if it said I didn't wait for the primer to dry enough, but as you can see, I got a whole bunch in my crease, and I'm not even actually working with the eyeshadow there. So let's go to the next eye and see if we get the same result. All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't think I ended up with the big splotch there that I was not looking for. I'm going to bring it up onto the bone. All right, let me see if I can fix this at all. But you know, as I'm playing with it, I guess if you really want a standout look, this might be the way to go. All right, so I've got the bottom lid color on. And now I would normally pick a darker color for the crease. And I don't have my glasses on again, so it's hard for me to tell if this one's actually a matte or not. Oh, wait. This one was a matte, so I'm going to go for that for the crease. I do get bummed out with my Ipsy bags not giving me a whole brush set. They send you 1 or 2 brushes at a time, and I'm really hoping that maybe with Boxycharm this month, I get an entire set. All right, so I've got this angled brush. You see what I'm saying? I can easy va-va-va-boom. It's like I've only got 2 colors on and I'm already out there. All right, let's try on the one that does not have the primer. Well, there's a lot of pigment in these colors, so I'm not sure how much of a daytime look this is going to be, but we're having fun anyway. All right, and up here on the bone for my accent color, I'm going to use this one here. And I'm also going to take this onto the inside. Liking that. Again, taking it to the inside corner, because you want that to be a little bit lighter than the rest of your base eyeshadow, depending upon the shape of your eye. And a tip, if you haven't used makeup in a while and you're out of practice, never do your face before you do your eyes, because the shadow from your eyes tends to get all over down here. So if you take a lot of time and you're doing your face and you've got it just right, and then you do your eyeshadow, you're going to have to go and remove all the little leftover crumbs. All right, now, because I'm half blind and I really want to see where I'm headed with this, I have my 3X mirror. And I also like to look in the sunlight. Wow, I have to admit it, I'm really kind of liking the eye with the primer. I didn't think I would say that, but it seems to be taking me more time to get the color saturation that I want on the lid that doesn't have the primer. Again, I'm using the same light purpley color, sort of a dusty. I might hit the inside of my eyes with some shimmer. All right, and then for right up here, I'm gonna go with this really light one here. Again, as far as I can tell without my glasses on, these were all matte colors. And I will do my eyebrows after too, don't worry. A little bit more of that purpley, dusty rose in there. And I'm gonna do a little bit more of the dark brown on this one. Again, I'm having to reapply more color where I didn't use the primer. I never thought I'd have to say this. I may be a convert now. And boy, am I gonna have to take half of this off before I go pick up my grandson at daycare. Hey, that's the real world though, isn't it? All right. Cute. Now, if you want to amp things up more, you're going to bring the eyeshadow down here as well. I'm only just doing whatever's left on the brush. But the more times you go over, the more detail you're going to get, the bigger your eyes. All right, for my brows, Clinique Brow Shaper. Comes with 2 little brushes. And I just kind of take it along my already existing brow. I don't know if any of you are like me, but I have one brow that I'm always like, oh, that one's amazing. And then the other one's like, meh. All right, so now I got some brows. Yes, another thing. I lived during a time of over plucking, and I've spent years trying to get my eyebrows to come back in. So, tip number 2, do not over pluck. Do not use super magnified mirrors to do your eyebrows, because that's where you tend to get over focused on these little tiny hairs, and then when you take the mirror away, you've got nothing left. All right, for my liner, this is my Betty Boop felt tip liner from Ipsy. Oh, the felt tip eyeliners. I must have 15. I tell them every single month, to the point of saying, for the love of God, would you please not send me any more of these? And they still send them. So if there was one thing I could change about Ipsy, it would be how often myself, and from what I can tell, everyone else gets a felt tip eyeliner. Now I have had experience with makeup before. When I was young, I worked in Clinique. Oh, messed that up. And sold Clinique products. There's a couple that I use today, but not the whole line. And then I attended modeling school at Barbizon School of Modeling in Boston. And I was Miss Teen Maine All-America in 1985. So I do have a little experience with what I'm talking about. All right, so got my liner. I'm not a wing person. I would save that for like Halloween. That's just me. Or you know, some other get together. I don't normally underline under my eyes, but I will today to give you guys the complete look. I have a video that I did using just a blush and highlighter palette to do my eyes and cheeks and all over face look, and I will post that on YouTube as well. This quarantine's got everybody really bored, so I would find new ways to keep ourselves busy, although I did get to go back to work this week. Missed all the kiddos. All right, and now I have 2 favorite mascaras right now. They're both by Too Faced. Again, I love the names. One is Better Than Sex, and this one is Damn Girl. I like a big fluffy brush like that. I don't know what brand it was because I've already thrown it away, but last month in my Ipsy bag, I got the worst mascara I've ever used in my entire life. It had the smallest brush. It was so small I had to read the package to see if it was actually maybe for my eyebrows. And it didn't have hardly any bristles on it at all. And then the clumps, oh my goodness, the clumps. Now, one thing I like about this is it doesn't seem to get all over the place, and it stays put during the day, which is huge. Nobody likes having mascara flakes or smudges down under their eyes. And you can also layer this. Like, I'll go back over this again later. To get a fuller look. And the shape of the brush, I really like it for the bottom lashes. They are so hard to do without getting it everywhere. And the shape of this just allows you to touch the ones in the corner here without continually adding more from here to here. And the same with the inside. All right, and then the last thing I always do for an eye look, dollar store, $1, Dollar Tree. Love this. I use it to blend everything. All right, ooh, look at that nice crease going on there. Overall, I think it came out good on both sides, but I have to admit, it really was easier to do the side with the primer on it. So maybe next time I'll just let it dry a little longer. Yeah. And then just do some details on the rest of my face real quick so I don't leave you with an unfinished look. Make sure there's no brown eyeshadow where I don't want it, making me look exhausted. All right, this is the Nomad palette that I used to do the look, and I said I'd post that video later. Right now, gotta get that water off there. I'm just gonna take this brown and work it with my freckles a little. Give me a little contour. I don't need big streaks of contour on my face. Just a middle-aged mammy after all. And for the first time, I actually started using one of these up here. I grew my bangs out this year for the first time in my entire life, and one of the reasons I never did is because I couldn't stand how big my forehead was. So I think that this makes putting a contour bronzer up here, at least for me, I feel like my forehead doesn't look as large. So that's the important part. I'm not doing my makeup for someone else. I'm doing it for myself. I can take and put a little on the sides of my nose like the girls do. All right, and then I'll do the other side of my brush. See, I need more brushes, totally. Put that on the top. This is this one right here. Not too much. Just a little sparkle in there on the inside of my eyes. Even though this was a matte look, I just want to brighten it up in the middle there a little. All right, so yep, you can see the shimmer there. going to stick a little color on it. Ooh, that's a dirty palette. Clinique. I think it's like Smoldering Plum or Smoldering Clover, something like that. And since these are $1, I have a few of these. So this is my one that I use for my blush. My daughter's going to laugh when I bring my grandson home to her. She'll be like, doing another makeup tutorial, Mammy? Yes, I was. All right. Let's see. Forgot to put my conditioner in today. All right, so let's see in the sunlight. I like it. Oh, there we go. Yep, you can see where I use the Dusty Rose and the contour color, the base eye, and the brow. Not bad at all. A little shiny on the nose. And I'm going to blend that in a little up there. All right, thanks for hanging out with the middle-aged mammy again. I'm trying to get up the courage to try the palette in one of my last boxes too. Check those babies out. I think that's more of a evening look, not just going to get the grandson at the babysitter look. And this is a Color Grain. Nice. So I'll try that out soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hang in there.